Hey guys, Joe here, coming with another video review. This time we're going to take a look at one of my Transformer books. This is the Transformers Vault. As you can see, it's still wrapped up in the packaging that it came in. Price tag on this was $39.95. This book came out in 2011, so it's a little bit old, but it's got some great pictures in there. So why don't we crack it open and see what is on the inside. Okay, so taking a look at it, you can see it's got nice original G1 artwork here of Optimus Prime. It's a nice hardcover. This is actually the shell of the book that we're looking at. It's the book is on the inside. This is the outer protective cover. I can assure you it's got a bunch of weight to it. It is very heavy. On the back you can see Megs, and if you want you can pause this here and take a look at what this book actually entails. Okay, so sliding the book out, you can see we're greeted with another hardcover here. This one contains various characters, or versions I should say, of Optimus Prime. And on the back, yeah, we got various versions of Megatron, obviously. So G1, we got some Beast Wars, and a little bit of movie Megs, which doesn't really count, in my opinion. And then the front, movie Prime, Beast Wars Prime, and then G1 Prime. Obviously with his Japanese artwork as opposed to his North American version, which you can see on the right there. Okay, so without any further ado, let's crack open the book and see what is on the inside. I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. I'm going to go through pretty much the entire book, so you guys can just feel free to pause and take a look at whatever here. But starting off with, we got some nice fancy artwork again on the front. A little bit of IDW comic artwork here. This would have been first probably seen on the Takara book style collection. And here's the table of contents, so you can again pause it if you want to see what there is inside this book. Basically with this whole issue, Hasbro's opened its official archives, and they've taken more than 250 images and several featured pieces of memorabilia and thrown it into this book. In here you can find such things as, and I'll show it to you as well, there's going to be like a G1 tech specs with the revealer, rare comic sketch arts from Casey Coller. Here's some rare pieces here. Here's some Diaclone and Transformer stuff, Japanese, and then here's like a copyright, or a patent I should say, for the whole transformation process of Megatron. And there's other things inside this as well, as animation cells, exclusive photos of Japanese Transformer prototypes, development art, new information at the time of this pressing of the future of the Transformers franchise. And basically this is just a great package for real Transformer fans. You can see here, here's one of the things they have on the inside, where it's like the little pamphlets that would have come with your G1 Transformer at the time of purchase. Some of the toys that you can buy back in the day. G1 artwork, obviously familiar scenes from the back of the box. Jetfire. Here is some of the tech specs that you would have found on the back of the box. Just nice little inserts like this that really make this an interesting find if you're not familiar with it. Just put the overlay and then you can see your character stats, but most people know that. Okay, moving on. Obviously, some more G1 characters. Some earlier G1 characters like Deathsaurus. Familiar ones from the 84 G1 line like the Seekers and the Dinobots. Sketches showing the transformation process. Here's some G2 characters. Some prototypes that weren't ever made. Here's some G2 Beast Wars. Here we have some variations of Unicron. And at this point in the book, we start talking about the Transformers in the comic verse, going back to the earlier runs, all the way to some early or later present day at the time of pressing. But it gives you a good history of the Transformers in the comic verse. And then you can see there was some IDW artwork there as well. That's where I really started reading and appreciating the Transformers in the comics. I was never a fan as a kid of the earlier comic artworks. And here's some sketch from comic artist Casey Coller. And you can see the colored version there. It's in front of the paper I'm sliding in. And then Transformers History and Television. You know, just how they produced it for the North American market. Here's a cell from the G1 cartoon. And then obviously all our favorite characters from the G1 cartoon show: Spike, Dad, Bumblebee, Soundwave, and then early VHS tapes. And then obviously the Transformers movie that we all loved. I like this piece right here. I'd like to get a nice blown up of this, or a larger piece, alternate unprinted movie art poster, I should say. I think it's even nicer than the original. And here's a little piece of movie art of Hot Rod. Just great little things in this book. I haven't even gone through all of it myself yet, but I'd highly recommend it. Here's some Beast Wars stuff. Definitely, if you're a fan of Transformers, and it varies. You don't have to be strictly of any certain generation, but I think all fans of Transformers would appreciate this book. You can find it on Amazon. Just go on there and type Transformers Vault, and it's still available for purchase, which is always nice. I've had this book, I think, for probably at least 5 years. And here's some movie stuff from present, or close to present day. Obviously, the early release of the Transformers movie. And so that's pretty much it, guys. As I said before, over 250 featured pieces in this book. As a fan of Transformers, I would recommend you picking up this particular piece of memorabilia and just having yourself a good sit down and a good read, and maybe refreshing yourself on pieces of information you didn't know about certain lines of Transformers, or maybe from lines that you are a fan of and just have missed out or forgotten. So as always, guys, thank you again for checking out this video. I appreciate all the support you guys have done for the channel. As always, you can find me on Twitter at ACDecepticon. Check me out on Instagram at My Life in Collecting. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I love hearing your comments and what you guys think of all the videos that I put up. Take care, guys, and I'll talk to you again real soon.